together in one place. I'm making 4 different copies. Whatever I tell you, you'll just be absolutely crazy. So I'm going to hope you're curious to all the evidence. And if you receive this, channels, assume the worst. I was about to say, come find my ass, but that's not gonna. I have regrets, and good luck.
Spins in a moment of time, twists to a shape.
I wonder if someone could briefly describe the transposition.
Well, for about 70 seconds, and then we'll take and then come back along at the center, and we just haven't gotten around to using it yet. So all the exact details haven't been worked out yet. We worked them out all out on paper, but we really haven't tried them and worked them out so that we know that they'll work operationally yet.
Would be said that it's, in essence, after the transposition, totally new adventure.
Well, we don't intend to expend a great amount of doing this. We want to get the pictures, but it's not our intent to stay there for a long period of time.
They wouldn't.
Ed would like to make another comment.
I'd like to comment on the thinking that is involved in what we're actually doing here. Is we're trying to do the first steps and to stay in close. We can have a feeling for the complexity of the problem. We want to do the initial groundwork.
I'd suspect after one day that we'd probably feel we'd succeeded in getting most of the mission accomplished.
At least we can come back with a qualitative evaluation for them of what the problem will be.
You know, as far as we're concerned, it's a success if all 3 of us get back.
Speeds to a gravity blind, trips to the wires. Nobody can be so sure. Colors the gray, shift on a series of bits, coils to delay. Blinks make me think in the now, soon to be taking over.
We've been trying to figure out for the last 8 years how to launch a mission without everybody in the world knowing about it.
Well, we call it Chaffee's Folly. This is a TV picture taken
By camera.
it's mounted in the
Transposition.
chamber itself that look in, monitor what's going on. It can look in when we'll be able to transmit some pictures back live.
And this is the end of the test. It was about 12, 14 hours in there.
It records, by the way, just about every step from a roadblock a mile and a half away from the complex. All the way at every level that you reach, you had to go through a guard. There was a guard, and there were 2 technicians that I saw. Where you could begin to see something. There was evidence of the only thing that I've ever seen like it is the cockpit of a jet fighter that went in and burned. No sign of overpressurization as you get in an explosion. It was just a gutted shell. Some places you could see right down to the clear I presume copper. The wires were ragged. Ragged meaning the insulation was ragged where the fire had, eaten away more in one place, less in another. Below the frame was littered with strips, again, clumps of debris which were unrecognizable.
Kicks at the tips of my toes, panicked in lines as I go. Shakes as it uses the wires, dances in narrow-sized fires. Here in the future they tell, no more to tell.
It was badly charred, but still recognizable as a book. The pages looked very, very brittle, brown. Surprisingly, there was one page that was almost at the top of where the printing was still legible, and only the edges of the page were scorched. It's almost a uniformly slate gray interior with one corner appeared to me to be brownish white, to be discolored in a brownish white deposit, but I couldn't tell if that was the lighting or if it was actually the color. It was way over in the far right-hand corner. There were hand marks on the soot-covered handrail. There was a splattering of oil. I couldn't find out where this came from, though.
The cogs and the wheels, the pulleys and strings, the theory and practice for making it spin. The fine grain resolved to a split hair of time. The notion of motion, the drawing of lines. Parallel trouble for all breeds and grades.
There were two hatches. One cover hatch. There was an access hatch, was marked cryo storage access hatch, which had obviously been burned, and the insulation was hanging in shreds. It was blackened. These were resting outside the white room in the service room, which is part of the structure. It was white with a black sooty border. I counted 4 finger streaks. The window was totally dark. The darkness behind seeing through it, whether it was just blackened, I suspect it was blackened. And it was blackened all along the bottom edge of it. In this cryogenic storage hatch, there was something missing. Something had been in there. I presume the bodies. I couldn't tell. There was a very noticeable odor, by the way, when you walked right in. When you opened the door, there was no other way to describe it. It became more pronounced when you went into the white room, and as we crouched at the entrance, even more pronounced. It smelled like an electrical fire, too, by the way. Okay, the outside. As you walked into the service room, there were 2 pieces of foam. I tried to find out where these came from. No one would tell me. There was also a discarded and crumpled black plastic, or the remains of a sheet of black plastic. And it obviously had either been ripped away or burned away. There was only a strip left hanging like a black mourner's ribbon. Carbonized material. It's hard to say. It looked like paper, but it may have been that plastic sheet. I don't know.
Bending the present to future today. Holding the new meets and steampunk extremes. The singular moments of man and machine. Parallel trouble for all breeds of grace. Bending the
4 feet from this one bad area of damage. At least 12. Some obviously had just been thrown. Well, they were upright and mounted. Some were upright and mounted where you would expect them to be in a
facility like that. Oh, by the way, there were several gas masks on the floor, just dropped. There were also approximately a half dozen of these very thin, transparent rubber gloves of the type that surgeons would wear. They're very, very tight, thin rubber gloves. These were thrown on the floor also. Again, I couldn't find out who had used them. There was also an asbestos jacket covered with ash thrown over a guardrail leading out of the service room. There is a sheet of a very bright silver cover, and in places where the fire hadn't touched it, it was still very bright and shiny. The top surface of it looked like the crumpled foil of a cigarette pack that had laid out in the sun too long. Okay, we then went down to the 7th level. There was some odd grease drippings, grease or oil. I believe it was oil. I counted roughly a dozen to 16 long strings of oil. It appeared to be the same oil that I had seen evidence of.
The new notes and steampunk extremes, the singular moments of man and machine.
In what way, Dave? I looked for any indication of structural collapse, metal parts. I couldn't distinguish any. Now, that there may have been, and I was not aware of, but there was nothing really noticeable like a beam that had sagged or anything. No, nothing like that. Yes, but the dials are all covered over with this. My impression is that when they took the bodies out, Gordon, can you confirm that? That's my impression, yes. I think that's about it. I'm going to go down and write this up. Anybody have any questions? Maybe. No, you couldn't. I doubt it was extremely dark in there. Even with. Oh, yes. Switch positions,
Yes, I think you perhaps have a misunderstanding.
That's just in the chamber itself, and there's a trap in the chamber.
No, there's a gap. That slot was empty. At least they threw distinct shadows. My visual observation was that it was connected. Yes.
What is the duration of time that you have?
Oh, in the order of 5 to 7 minutes. The duration depends on the size of the hole.
Yes. Okay, I'll try and get all this written up. So you got some.
Gallowtree is the intellectual property of Adam Aardvark and Max Black, and this is a fan-created audio drama based on their work. The mix was One Time Machine by Ghost Collective. This was edited and produced by me. Bob.